Hi everyone, Simon Keeling here. It's another snowy Sunday outside. It is the 20th of January. Thanks again for watching weatherweb.net. Don't forget the site to get free of charge by you coming back and using the site. You use the adverts around the site. When you click on them, that generates revenue for us, and also when you use the various charts on the site, that generates revenue as well. So thank you for doing that. As I say, it's a snowy Sunday outside, and really the big question is, how long does this last? And well, the Canadians come out with quite an interesting solution, and I'm still way in favour of the Canadian model at the moment. It's performing better than the other models, and the models that we tend to prefer, such as the ECMWF and the GFS. But the Canadian wants to keep things cooler, and that's the one that I prefer at the moment. But I'll show you more about that in just a moment. This is the 7 to 10 day mean flow of the 500 millibar heights during the next 7 to 10 days, and this is the period ending Wednesday the 30th of January, so it's from next Sunday through to a week on Wednesday. ECMWF is on the left, we've got the GFS on the right here, and what they both show, and they're tying up quite well, is this jet stream just flowing across the Atlantic here. Look on both of those charts, and what's interesting is how far south of the UK the jet is. We've got one going through here, and we've got the GFS going through here, which means that we stay on the cold side of the jet stream. It's all being pushed south and blocked off by this these higher than normal heights across the northern parts of across the North Pole. Now, what's interesting on both of these is you see this increase in heights across the states as well. That, if that does get in, what that could do is build a ridge northwards into here. It effectively deepens the trough out here in the Atlantic, and what it could do if it managed to get in is to sink the trough here and bring milder southerly winds, although it would take some time. We'd be looking around about the 6th or the 7th of February before that happened, but it could bring a milder southerly flow across the UK, but that would be sort of the 6th, 7th period of February, and I've been highlighting between the 10th and the 15th really before it got mild, although we would see milder interludes in between. But the strength of this jet stream just blown across the Atlantic here at the moment is quite remarkable. But of course, like I said, we've got snow to deal with today. It's all because of an area of high pressure down towards the south at the moment, centred in here. That's been tracking its way steadily north and northwestwards through the course of today. You'll be able to see it on the charts here. There it goes, look, tracking northwards, and by this evening it's going to be or rather overnight, it's going to be the northeastern parts of the country, northeast England, and then eventually late on in the night, eastern parts of Scotland that sees most of the snowfall, and some significant snowfall to come as well. This is our snow forecast chart for close of play today, and you can see how we're looking at 4 to 6 centimetres across East Anglia, perhaps 6 to 8 centimetres across some of the high ground across East Anglia. Also, we've got here, look, we've got 2 to 4 centimetres additionally falling across the Midlands, could be up to 5 centimetres on the hills, and then it really is this area here in the northeast that's causing me concern at the moment for overnight tonight and these eastern parts of Scotland, where I think we could see up to 20 centimetres of snow falling over the hills through this evening and overnight. 4 centimetres at low levels, it's at the lowest, perhaps 10 centimetres in some places. And if you're planning on travelling this evening, tonight in the northeast, please take extra care, because that really could make travelling very, very hazardous. And also this area here through this evening, kind of, it's the Lincolnshire area, Nottinghamshire, Derbyshire, parts of Leicestershire, Rutland, down into the southern parts of Yorkshire, that also giving concern right now. And here on the high resolution Met Office model of how the rain and snow appears, you'll be able to see it here. The time of these charts is up here in the top of the page. You can get these charts from Weatherweb, by the way. Click on charts, and then down the left hand side here you'll see high resolution. There we go, high res rain, look, under the UK Met Office. So anyway, we've got that. That's the position at 3 o'clock this afternoon, and then you'll see there's 6, there's 9 o'clock this evening. You see that tracking its way northwards, and there's overnight tonight, and you see how it hits these eastern parts of the country, look, during the course of tonight. That's 3 o'clock in the morning, and then into eastern Scotland by middle of tomorrow. That really could be causing some problems there. And then also notice as well this area just returning to the southern coasts of England, where then we could find some snow just spinning back around into the southeast through tomorrow. Some heavy snow showers across Wales as well. You notice how that just kind of spins its way in, and then another area of sleet and rain here, and snow eventually moving into the far southwest during the latter part of tomorrow. It's big question mark over this area, big question mark over this area, not so much of a question mark here, where the east of Scotland becomes snowed up during tomorrow. Back to the GFS then. This is midday tomorrow. You see we've got 1, 2, 3 areas of low pressure affecting the country during tomorrow. And you notice how as we go through in towards Tuesday we find low pressure centred off the west of Ireland. Now notice that all areas kind of from here northwards just stay in this cold easterly flow, whereas down here in these sort of areas the flow tending to come more off the Atlantic, so it means we get milder air in there. So anything that falls in those areas tends to be falling more as sleet and also rain, but anything that's falling down here is falling basically as snow. And then heading into where are we now? So we're now getting into Tuesday. A low pressure sinks off down to the south. We maintain these easterly winds coming through. This could be another area of snow developing across the south on Tuesday. Snow showers coming down the eastern coast on Tuesday too. So the cold theme just continues, and then that's low kind of just hangs around through Wednesday and also into Thursday with this cold feed coming onto eastern coast. Now during the course of the day on Thursday excuse me, we're going to find the skies clearing. As that happens, it looks like we could be in for an absolutely bitterly cold night Thursday night, particularly with snow cover. But then the GFS by Friday wants to bring these milding conditions into the west. Now this would bring a mass of rain across Ireland, western parts of Wales, western Scotland as well by early Saturday morning. That spreading eastwards, preceded by snow on its leading edge here, but quickly turning to rain from the west as milder air arrives. And then the GFS wants to get us into a milder southwesterly flow with temperatures nearer normal. But, and this is a big but, it's a big question mark over that idea of it turning milder at the end of the week. Let me show you why. The let's get on to, where are we? Let's try that one first of all. This is the ensemble, the GFS ensemble temperature forecast. There we go. This is the temperature forecast, and you notice how, look, this is back end of next weekend. You see how it's picking up temperatures across London there, making it quite mild. Now the ensemble has frequently done this. It tries to bring back the westerly flow too quickly. It always does it. What's the alternative? Well, we've got the ECMWF, which is hinting at staying cool till around about the 29th or 30th, and then becoming milder. But the model that I prefer, and the model that I preferred all the way through, is this one. It's the Canadian, and you'll know that the Canadian got this cold spell about spot on. It got the snow about spot on. This is the forecast going through to the 26th. So this is through to overnight Friday into Saturday, and you notice it just keeps temperatures. This is for London again. It just keeps temperatures way down, and kind of these temperatures can represent just about anywhere, but it's what happens, it's the dynamics of this that I think that the Canadian has got about right. Here's how our trough that we've got just at the moment down over Northern Europe. It's feeding in this cold air that's coming in from the east all the time. Any milder stuff is just moving over the top here. Okay, and then we've got this ridge that's out towards the west. Now as we move on in 12-hour steps through this, what you'll notice happen as we go through the charts, let me just make them a bit clearer for you. There we go. As we go through the charts here, you'll notice how the trough remains towards the southeast in the Mediterranean. The jet stream is remaining through here. Okay, it's well south of the country, and we stay in this cold southeasterly flow. This is midnight from Friday going into Saturday of next week, and the front that we just saw that the GFS was trying to bring in, by then the Canadian has down here. Okay, so down here we're looking at sleet, we're looking at snow affecting western areas. So what happens to it? Well, it kind of just gets stuck there through Saturday, and this cold southeasterly flow at the surface just gets maintained across most of the country. Then into midnight Saturday into Sunday, we find low pressure down here. This is an exit region, a left exit region of the jet stream here, so it's a development zone for low pressure. It's exactly what you'd expect to happen. Low pressure deepens here, parent low is stuck in here, and through Sunday what it sees is that low being swung back northwards across southern parts of England, bringing the threat of strong winds and heavy snow across much of southern Ireland, across southern England and across southern parts of Wales. But because it's coming up against this cold northeast flow from the north, from the high pressure that's up here, that cold air, just that milder air, just can't get northwards. You've got a boundary between very mild southwesterly air here and cold northeasterly air coming in here, the boundary lying through here. So we just get snowy weather across the southern half of the UK. The low eventually tries to get in, but it's constantly being met by this northeast flow. So briefly the far south of the country could go into milder conditions, but this would bring heavy snow through next weekend and into the following week. And then by the following week, look, you can still see that we're still in the cold air. We've still got a cold northeasterly flow through here. It's the mild air is trying to get in, but what will happen is it will come up against the cold Earth surface. It will just rise over the top of it. It will just rise above, and it won't warm up. And then it looks as if, as we get in towards the end of this period, look, we're getting to the 30th now. So this is up to Wednesday, the 30th of January. Again, what it tries to do is to bring in another area of low pressure from the southwest. Now, this one would bring snow again if it did get in. And it's kind of got a dumbbell feature on it now. We've got a low here, we've got a low here, and what happens is that swings round there, that swings round there, and what we could then find is milder air trying to make a big push into the country briefly. But this feature here complicates things, because if we get another low formed across it, this feature can go up here as much as it likes, and this can come down here as much as it likes. But if this gets into the flow and transfers across here, it swings the flow back in from the southeast again, and the cycle repeats itself. So the south of the country goes into snow, the north of the country stays cold. So what I'm going to go with at the moment, and it's I put it in the longer range, and I'm going to put it in another long range video later on today, is to go with the Japanese idea and the Korean idea that we kept it cold through to between the 10th and the 15th of the month. Then we start to see a change taking place. That's where I think we're going to be. There will be mild incursions at times to the far south of the country, but really few and far between. But I think this cold weather looks as if it's going to last, and we are going to have some more outbreaks of snow, and there could be significant snowfall before we get to that point. Confidence levels at the moment, I'd say I've got to go with a moderate confidence level on it. The big doubt is that actually these areas of low pressure could be further north, and it may be that the mild air managed to get across most of England, Wales and Ireland. That's the big doubt at the moment. But at the moment, I still think this Canadian model has things about right. So, again, lots of information there for you. I hope it's been useful. I hope it's of interest to you. It gives you an idea as to where we're going, our thinking at the moment. But for now, thanks for watching weatherweb.net. Don't forget, we're kept free of charge by the adverts around the screen, by you coming back and using the site, using the charts on the site, and we're adding more all the time. And also telling your friends. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter at Weather School. You do a search on Facebook for Weather School as well, and we'll send you out free email updates as well. Just click around the site and you'll see the link to get those from us. So once again, thanks for watching, and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.